Welcome to the B&M Broadcast. Today we have my good buddy and kinesiologist, Felipe. How you doing, man?
Hi guys, everything's great. How are you?
Pretty good. Before we got on here, you were talking about your day got kind of crazy. What happened?
Yeah, things here in Chile, all of taking care of the context, health issues and stuff.
Okay.
So where I work, we used to have a lot of patients, and now things are like people get really scared sometimes. So that they are not going as much as before. But we're taking care of we're making a transition. It's kind of taking control of the whole floor.
Okay.
Just to say. So like a lot of tasks have to be done while we take care of our patients as well.
Oh, okay. So what's causing everybody to get so scared? I don't understand. The corona or?
The corona, yeah.
Dang. So has it affected you guys pretty hard then down there?
Yeah. I mean, we are recently just looking at numbers. Numbers are like kind of exploding right now. But a few weeks ago, our authorities told us, "Nah, don't worry, everything's okay. It's not gonna hit us as hard as we think it's gonna do." But we're realizing that they are kind of hiding numbers.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. We think they're doing the same here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago, we had like 1,200 cases per day. Now we have 4,000 and something per day.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So it's starting to hit you guys pretty hard now.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see everywhere in the news that we're almost getting where China is, or where China was.
Oh my gosh. What do they have in place for you guys as far as, do you guys still have a stay-at-home order and everything, or what are you guys doing? No?
Nothing?
Do you call it quarantine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. they use it like for some states in Santiago, the capital of Chile, and other cities in other states. But here in our state, it's not mandatory. So you can stay at home and behave, let's say like that, or you can do almost whatever you want. People still go to the beach, they go jogging. They used to, like 2 weeks ago, to have coffees and stuff.
Oh, really? Are people taking it pretty seriously, or no?
Not that much.
That's not good.
But no, man. And the thing is, it really, I mean, you can see it. Do you call it classes? Like the people with a lot of money and the ones without? Okay, so the ones without money, they need to work. They have to go out.
Oh, yeah.
And public transport, it's crazy here.
Oh, is it really congested? Really tight-knit?
Yeah, and they tell us, wear a mask, wear gloves, wash your hands, wash your face, don't touch your face. But I mean, I really love my country, my people, but some just don't get it.
Yeah,
I get that. Yeah, they're talking about our country has been inflating numbers but there's a lot of benefits to inflating numbers for our country specifically. I don't know if it's the same over there, but you kind of led to it. You're a kinesiologist. I mentioned it when we first got in here. I was going to ask you some questions about it. How kind of did you get started?
Sorry, again, come again?
When you got into kinesiology, what kind of got you started?
I've always loved to help people. So I first wanted to study medicine, to be a doctor and a medic. But I had a huge thing with that, because I met a lot of medics that were just, I use the term cold, because they tend to treat you like a number. So you go there and, okay, 10 minutes are over, let's go, pay the fee and go home.
So it's not very nice.
Yeah, I mean, we are people. We have more than, I mean, we have feelings, we have a body, we have a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So I started investigating, and I got into kinesiology, and I realized that we spent like 30 minutes to an hour with each person,
Okay.
and we
That's
used
more.
to talk a lot more, and we charge a lot less. So it's we all win. But we talk a lot with people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean,
What?
hello, how are you? No.
Oh, I was going to ask, because we were talking about kinesiology is very similar to physical therapy. There is differences you were mentioning. What kind of are they?
Yeah.
Well, right here, physical therapists. Sorry. They it's like a degree.
Okay.
So it's like a technician, and the kinesiologist is like the professional. That's the difference here in Chile.
Okay.
So mainly physical therapists. I mean, take care of the machines. They connect you the ultrasound, the electrodes and stuff.
Yeah.
And we as kinesiologists do more than that, and we can prescribe exercise, for example.
Okay, so it's a little bit higher level of work.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, and you get to prescribe exercises and stuff to that. So do people actually listen to it, or?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Yeah. But it shows super improvement?
Yeah, and the best thing is, as I mentioned earlier, you get to teach people.
Mm-hmm.
So the main thing is like changing lives through education. For example, okay, this exercise works for this objective, and you have to do it like in this way. So it's a lot more like a teacher.
Okay.
A lot more technical when they're teaching you and showing you stuff, or when you're showing them stuff, I guess. Yeah. Did you have to go to school for a long time to do this?
Yeah, 5 years.
5 years.
5 years? Wow.
Yeah. Suppose I went for like 7 or 8.
Did you go there? You go in Chile? Yeah. That's cool. What? Oh, go ahead.
So
Sorry.
who's most common do you work with as your like customers? Are they people with injuries, or is it like people athletes, or?
We have different categories.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones I work the most with are older people.
Older people.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a few patients like they I mean, one of them just wanted to run a marathon.
Okay.
So she went in and asked for like training.
Oh, whoa. So you guys will like train her up on how to get better at like running a marathon?
Exactly. But we take care of the technical stuff. So stride length, the frequency, I mean, that kind of stuff, muscle stimulation, and trying to take care of little objectives that transfer to the main goal.
Okay.
Interesting.
Wow. That's really cool. I didn't know kinesiologists did that much.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Me neither. Yeah. So you said you're at your education 5 years. You ended up going for like 7 or 8. But
Yeah.
do you have to keep educating yourself nowadays? Is there still upkeep on it?
Yeah. I mean, the main thing we all almost do is finding courses.
But you still take courses?
Course. Yeah. Okay. You can go to, I mean, I went like to 3 regarding the same specialty, so to say it in a way. Regarding physical, I mean, like training and traumatology, trauma.
Okay.
So I specialized in trauma because we have trauma, neurology, and respiratory.
Okay, that makes sense.
So what's all involved in the trauma specialty? What does that include? Like when you were going into that, what were you studying specifically?
Universities here cover the basics. So they cannot teach you what's in the books. So like taking care of a sprained ankle or a contusion or a
okay.
Muscle tear. Is it called that way?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool. What so I guess you went to school for it. Did you have to do a bunch of apprenticeship and stuff? How long have you actually been doing it?
It's 4 years, like basic training, just in the rooms. And the fifth year, then you got to go to hospitals and clinics and other stuff.
Oh, okay. So that's kind of cool. So then
yeah,
how long have you been doing it now?
Since 2013.
Since 2000. Oh, wow. Okay. So like 7 years.
7 years, yeah.
What's the craziest case you've ever had or had to help or whatever?
I don't think I've had like a crazy case, but I had crazy colleagues. So that's even better.
Explain.
I went to internship with one guy that we were close, but patients started calling him the sergeant.
Why?
Because he gave orders like, you gotta do this 10 times. Come on, you can do it. Like shouting at them. And they were people over 60 years old. So
so it's kind of dramatic.
yeah.
That's cool. Well, when the corona affected you guys, did you take a lot of time off?
Not really.
No?
Not really?
It hit us, and we had like 2 or 3 weeks. And where I work, we have a medic that's like one of the leaders over there. So this guy with one of my friends that's in charge of kinesiology. So they made up some protocols, like using gloves, washing your hands, physical distance, and stuff like, for example, you go inside and you leave your shoes in this place. Then you go to another place, you change your clothes, and then you can go into therapy.
Oh, wow. So try to keep it sanitary?
So, exactly. So 2 or 3 weeks to plan all the stuff. And then we're trying to
implement it.
Go to work again. Yeah.
That's cool. What did you do during your downtime, even though it wasn't that much?
Kind of a lot of stuff and all at the same time. I started reading, but I couldn't keep it. I started playing, online playing. I couldn't keep it. So like at the third week, I realized I was kind of going into depression. Because I wanted to go out, but I couldn't. I wanted to do stuff, but I couldn't. And what I did it at home, you can tell that every family has its own interactions. So it was a learning phase.
Been a while since you've been around your family that hardcore. Yeah.
Exactly. So it was between trying to do some stuff and taking care of family issues, but everything worked at the end.
What worked best for your bounce back? Kind of coming out of the depression and everything.
Taking care of family issues, like improving the
relationship.
The relationships between us all.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. Growing strong as a family is super important, especially right now when this stuff's affecting so many different families.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, I'm glad to hear it, man. I'm glad you're doing okay.
Thank you.
As far as, because you've been working there a long time, what do you see coming out of it? What do you see as your long-term goals?
Yeah, what direction are you trying to take your work?
I've always dreamt about helping people. So my long-term goal is it's the same I have now. It's helping people, but in different ways. I have one dream, putting up a gym.
Oh, nice.
But not the traditional ones where you go and see, buffed up guys and associated to fitness, but for people that really need it. Have you seen people in wheelchairs go into a gym?
No,
never.
So the thing is like adapt a gym
Okay.
for people with special needs. Do you call them uh, the
Yeah.
English terms? I need to improve. So
Special needs. Yeah.
Yeah, special needs.
yes,
Yep.
Yeah.
okay. So that's a place where people with special needs. I mean, all of the areas that can go in there and have a good time, not
Wow.
just because of the physical wins.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean,
That's a super awesome goal.
yeah, that's a really amazing goal. What kind of strides are you making towards? I mean, obviously you're learning your craft and trying to get better at it so you can teach these people as you get there. But what's your where are you at with it? Where's your hurdles?
right now,
Yeah,
taking care of the context of the corona, but
yeah.
Mhm.
to do so, here in Chile, you need a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
because things are really expensive, and you have to like buy a lot of papers and permissions and stuff. So I'm saving right now and trying to make some investments
Nice.
so to save a little more. And on the other road, I'm still learning.
Mm-hmm.
So in my spare time at work, I really watch a lot of videos of exercises and think about how to change them or to adapt them for other people.
So you're really dedicated to this. That's amazing. That's amazing that you go home and watch videos on it. Is that kind of what prompted you then to start your own social media page?
Yeah, I realized that most of the media pages, they tell you, okay, I can tell you this basic exercise, but you have to pay me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, there are people that will pay you, and
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate it. But on the other hand, there are people that really can't pay you. They can't afford. I mean, even if it is, I mean, $2. So the main thing I realized here in Chile, education there's a lack of education, especially about physical therapy.
Mm.
Okay.
So imagine, I mean, I once um, had a patient that couldn't afford the treatment,
Mm-hmm.
so that really took me down, and I said, why, what can I do to reach that guy or that girl that cannot afford it? So I started the media thing, and I started watching another pages and other media, so I could learn about how to speak, how to behave, and I just realized that you have to be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way you can. I mean, I can sit here and say, okay, we're doing things very good, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to reach to people, and people really need. I mean, they need to feel safe and secure and know the truth. So what I try to tell them is exactly that.
Well, keep giving away good information, man.
Yeah, that's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we're getting there too. We're trying to put out good content so that more people can relate and understand, and that only blows back well for you and for us and everybody who does that.
Hmm.
So, what do you think is the biggest contributor to the people of Chile not having access to the information? Is it just not um, being able to like utilize the internet fully, or what do you think causes the inability for them to access, like you said, the basic information about basic therapies?
The main thing is uh, workplaces,
Mm-hmm.
hospitals, and stuff, because they tend to control the information.
Mm.
So they give you 10% of the information, but ask you to pay for the other 90,
Mm.
or to go visit them, and then they charge you.
Okay. Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's a business, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to earn some money, but not take advantage of that, you know.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, here in Chile, a lot of people have cell phones. A lot of people have internet,
Mm-hmm.
mobile internet, but they don't go to a medic or a physical therapist unless they need to.
Okay. Yeah.
So if your back hurts a lot, you can handle it. But if it hurts a lot and you can't use your daily stuff, then they go to us.
Mm.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
So
Yeah, that makes sense.
here in Chile, and this is generally speaking, we have the reactive stance. When something happens, we take care of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reactive
Yeah.
customers.
Yeah, but my main goal is to be preventive. You know,
Okay, yeah. Moving to
so
proactive.
that's
So
exactly.
is there a lot of different, I mean, for us, it's like that I guess that same rule applies. There's a lot of good information out there, but a lot of people have to pay for it. A lot of people advertise that they'll sell it to you. But here, I don't know. I feel like there is a steady flow of information that you can just have be found. People like you and stuff like that there probably. But what is the culture like different? Have you been to the US at all? Or have you been around the world at all?
A little, a few
Okay.
years ago.
Uh-huh. So what's the culture like in Chile? If I was going there for the first time, what would you explain to me about Chile?
Take
Or
care,
maybe
because
or maybe
I
even
mean,
just specifically where you're at.
we specialize in Chile, especially for people coming from the US.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that they're gonna try and teach you is cursing.
Okay, so if I'm really good at that, what's the second thing they're going to teach me?
How to drink pisco.
How to drink what?
Pisco. Pisco.
What's that?
That's Chilean alcohol.
Okay.
Okay. Is it hearty? Is it pretty strong?
Yeah. So those are the two main things that they're trying to do when you get here. So be careful. And well, it depends where you're coming. I mean, if you come here to Viña, for example, to Viña del Mar, people are mostly good.
Mm-hmm.
They tend to behave. They take care of you, and I mean, if you ask them for directions, they're gonna tell them to you. But there are some places that you have to take really care.
Yeah. Be a little cautious.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have those areas too.
So as I told you before, the main culture here is associated with reactiveness.
Mm.
So if it doesn't happen, everything's okay. But if it happens, just things go sideways.
They'll start freaking out about it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Interesting. Did you have any questions at all?
Sorry. No, go ahead. You're fine. Not that I can think of.
Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah. How is this working, man? I mean,
well,
I knew you a few years ago,
uh-huh.
and I was like the main, how do you call them, the red boys, the guys training in the games.
Yeah. When I was heavy into games, yeah, we met each other. Yeah. Me and you met each other on video games.
You guys remember what game you guys were playing?
Yes.
What game was it?
It was Battlefield 4.
Battlefield 4?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I was the one screaming a lot.
Yeah, since then, I mean, shoot, I grew up a little bit. Obviously, I still play games a little bit, but I met this dude. We work at the same place, and we kind of got together with some good ideas. Thought it would be beneficial to kind of like spread good information, kind of similarly to like what you're doing. And so we just kind of got together trying to spread good information and bringing in people who also kind of aspire to do that as well. And it's good. This is episode, I think 3 or 4.
Yeah, episode 3.
Nice. So this is episode 3, and it's been fun. It's been super fun. We love getting to sit down and talk with people like you guys. It's really fun. Nice. Yeah.
So you found yourself your kind of a favorite thing to do as well.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite things to do. Sit down and talk with people.
Yeah, it's fun to interview people and learn.
Yeah, I've never been to Chile. I've been to physical therapy 2 or 3 times. So I know what you're talking about, like when they hook you up to the machine and stuff. And like my physical therapist, this is a true story, okay? My physical therapist hooked me up to the little machine that like is supposed to electrocute you a little bit, but not like a lot. Uh-huh. You're supposed to put water in it. He walked away from it without putting water in it. And he let me sit there, and I was like twitching and like going back and forth all over the place. And so this receptionist comes over and she's like, "What is going on with you?" And I was like, "I don't know, but this stuff hurts." And she looks down and she's like, "Oh, there's no water in it. You've just been getting electrocuted for the last 30 minutes. And so I took them off, and there was giant welts all over my leg and everything. Yeah, needless to say, I didn't go back.
Wow.
Yeah.
He messed up. He messed up big.
Yeah, it wasn't great on him. But yeah. Did you have any other questions?
How are things going over there? Because we have, I mean, going back to the Corona stuff, we see a lot of stuff on TV.
Yeah.
And you know that the media just show what they want to show.
Yeah.
So
Not very truthful.
what's your impression?
Honestly, over here, the media is saying that hospitals are empty. A lot of hospitals are empty. They don't have anyone there because there's not really as many patients as what they said there was going to be.
Okay.
There's also been a lot of people are kind of taking a personal offense almost to it. I mean, obviously we're being locked up in our houses, and then alongside while that's going on, there's reports coming out that like certain hospitals are lying about when people came in and they were sick with like other diseases and died. And they're just saying, well, they must have had Corona too. And they'll mark them off as Corona because that results in more revenue and stuff. So the American people are kind of getting upset with it, honestly.
Yeah, so basically, if you went into the hospital and you had the coronavirus, but let's say you were bitten by a shark, and the reason why you died is because you were bit by a shark, they would say that you died from coronavirus, not from the shark.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're lying about numbers.
I get it. They used to lie about the people getting recovered here. So let's see if you know this. A few weeks ago, the people that died of Corona got into the recovered people list.
What, really?
Yeah, because they were not sick.
So they said they recovered, even though they died. You said that if someone died from Corona, they would put them on to the recovered list because then they're not sick anymore.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that type of stuff is happening, and it's like, I don't know, it feels weird. It feels weird not being like aware of everything that's actually being going on right now, because I don't even know what the actual effect of the coronavirus was.
Yeah.
I can see these numbers that, like certain news streams pop out, but I don't know. It feels foreign, honestly. It feels weird.
It's hard to know if you should trust the media.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I think that you should have your own opinion on what's going on based on the evidence that you find yourself. So like, that's my advice to people, because you're talking about it being there too, where people are falsifying information and stuff like that. So definitely I recommend.
Well, and I mean, the people in charge are really not taking care of it. Our health minister, let's say a month ago, he was giving he was speaking to all of Chile, and he used the term that the coronavirus might get good. Like the coronavirus is going to be a good person. So that kind of terms,
Like it's going to drive prices up? Is that what he was saying? What?
Imagine the coronavirus, instead of being a bad virus, it's going to be a good virus.
It's a good virus?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What is this good virus supposed to grant us with?
Yeah, and he was trying to get us into normal stuff.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, no panic, not change anything. Yeah.
Exactly. So no, don't worry. We can go back to normal to the normal stuff because the corona is going to get good.
Yeah.
It's going to get good.
So do you think it's hit its peak in your country yet? Has it started to plateau, how it's affecting you guys, or is it still rising?
Still rising.
Still rising.
This week, I mean, let's on Friday, last Friday, we had like 3,500 per day. Now we're going to 4,300 per day.
Wow. So
and the thing is, they're not taking as much tests as they could. So they're testing like 5,000 per day. and the results are coming back 2 days to a week later.
Oh, so they're taking a long time to get back with the responses for the.
So the numbers aren't even accurate.
Exactly. So we're waiting for the peak. We're waiting for it, and trying to take care and take precautions. So
have you
to
seen
prevent
an impact in your community from it? Your
yeah.
exact community, yeah.
And the thing is, where I live, it's like accommodated place.
So it's pretty populated.
Yeah, and it's like a wealthy zone. So
okay.
So people here just really don't care about others. They go out without the mask. They go on vacations. They go running. So especially myself, being a health professional, that's the first 3 weeks where I just lost it, because I was thinking, okay, we have to take care of people. We have to protect ourselves and protect others. But they were just not doing it.
Yeah, no one else cared.
Exactly. And last weekend, we had a long weekend. It was a holiday.
Okay.
And they tried to close the state, on highways and stuff.
Oh, wow.
But people just traveled anyways. And they were like 25,000 people coming in.
Wow.
Is that higher, or like, is that just pretty normal? Is that just a normal day?
No, it's a lot higher, especially in this context,
Yeah.
And the worst thing is that they tried to close the highways, but some people got in their helicopters and flew over.
And
those are the guys.
Didn't care at all, yeah. So do they have any like incentives in place for people to actually listen to it, or like any penalties, like tickets or fines or anything for people that aren't listening, or no?
They have now.
Oh, they started fining people now?
Exactly. But I mean, it's like, imagine these guys that most of the people that have a lot of money, they earn a lot of millions a month, a lot, and they charge them like, okay, you're gonna pay 5,000.
Oh, so it's nothing to them.
So it's nothing to them. And recently, this week in our state, they just made it mandatory to wear a mask.
Oh, they just made it mandatory. Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
So how are those fines? So you're saying that the more wealthy people are fined with those fines, so they're making millions per month. What about the average Chilean person? Is that a pretty big fine for the average person?
Yeah. Monthly, do you call them wages?
Yeah.
Okay, so wages here, monthly wages are, for the average Chilean, let's say it's about, oh shit, it's like $500.
Wow.
I'm trying to convert it, so $500 a month. That's the average wage.
Wow, the fine is about $5,000. And the fine, you said, was about 5,000?
The fine is about, let me convert it, $100.
Okay, well, that's a lot when they're only making 500. That's a lot.
Exactly.
Wow. And they can't, and like you're saying, that is probably disproportionately affecting them because they can't afford to stay home.
And most of that people, they do not have a contract.
Okay, yeah.
So what we do in Chile, it's like, how do you call it? We call them a boleta. It's like a ticket.
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay. Like an employment contract?
Yeah. It's like, I mean, when you put your price and people pay you, how do you call it?
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we have something similar at the beginning where you get the offer, they tell you how much they're going to be paying you and all that. If you're full-time,
exactly.
part-time.
So, and it's not a regular job. Imagine people that go to the streets and they have a food cart, and they sell sopaipillas, that it's a typical food here, that it's a fried dough, and they have to sell like 300 a day because they charge you like 200 pesos. That's about $1/3 of a dollar, maybe. Yeah.
Wow.
One-fourth of a dollar.
Holy cow.
So those are the guys, the people, sorry, that need to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
While on the other hand, we have these guys that are they own enterprises and huge places that just don't feel the impact that Corona has done to everybody.
So it's affecting the less financially stable people way more than it's affecting the average or the
Exactly.
above average. Wow, that's sad.
And it's really sad. And I mean, if you ever see news about Santiago de Chile,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna find that they're we call them cités. That's a place. I mean, imagine a 4-people apartment
Mm-hmm.
crowded with 50 or 60 people.
Is that pretty average? Is that pretty common there? Yeah.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Especially because I'm not trying to discriminate here, but
Mm-hmm.
we've had a lot of people coming in from Venezuela, Colombia, and Peru.
Okay.
Okay.
They're coming here trying to get a better life quality,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and they have to live there. I mean, with other 40, 50 people because they don't have the money to afford it yet,
Okay.
Wow.
So
or the job.
yeah, is it pretty hard to find a job there? Is the unemployment pretty
Nowadays.
rampant? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
What kind of jobs does like an average person
Yeah.
do there? I mean, obviously you talked about the guy
Or
who's
what kind of opportunities? Maybe not even jobs. Like, let's say if you're growing up in a city in Chile, if you're an average kid, what kind of opportunity does the average Chilean have available to them?
So now we go back to our culture. They teach us that you have to be a medic, a lawyer, a dentist, or an engineer. Those are the 4 careers they kind of ask you to study, you know?
when do they ask you to study? What age?
From 11 up.
Oh, wow. So you're making like your career choice. Can you change if you decide to, or is it just what you choose is where you go?
The thing is, we still have our parents that take care of our education.
Oh, okay.
And that's a small group. Most of the Chileans, they have to ask for a credit that is taken care by the state, the country.
Okay.
Yeah. We have similar.
But
Yeah.
okay, so when you go out and you start working,
Mm-hmm.
you have to you would have to pay for the 5 or 6 years that you spent studying. But they I don't know how they do it, but they charge you like for 20 or more years.
Oh, so as soon as you start working, you have to pay back to the government the credit.
Which is essentially
Okay, so it's like a
And
loan.
with huge fees.
With
Yeah,
huge
and
fees.
with huge fees. Yeah. But you go out, you get your diploma,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no work.
So it's useless.
Kind of useless unless you try another options. For example, if you study medicine, yeah, you can go out working. If you study dentist, it's going to be hard, but you can do it.
Okay.
If you study to be a lawyer, the same thing. It's going to be hard, but you can do it. But the average Chilean has a technical degree.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we call them technicals. It's like computer guy with the IT, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like physical therapy and kinesiology.
Oh, okay.
So you can study for 2 years and have a regular job, just to say it. But those are the guys that earn like a minimum wage.
Okay,
And
so those are the people who make the minimum wage a lot there.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it depends on what area you're exploring.
Okay.
For example, guys that work in how do you call them? Mining stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mining industry. So they have huge wages, but the quality of life is not that good, really.
Right.
Yeah, they probably not very many protections in place for them.
Is mining still huge in Chile? Is that pretty prominent all over there? Yeah.
Yes. We have the Chilean industry that's called Codelco, and the other one is Anglo-American. Sorry, Anglo-American.
Okay. And they do most of the mining there?
Yeah, those two guys do most of the mining, and on other places, because
Oh, okay.
where I live near the beach, so they don't do mining here.
Right. That makes sense. That must be nice. You live pretty close to the beach. Do you get to like go out and swim in the ocean and stuff?
No, I hate it. I hate the ocean water. It's so cold.
It's cold.
Oh, it's cold.
It's really, really cold. Yeah, you go in, and the first 30 seconds, you can almost feel your feet freezing.
Wow.
Why is it so cold?
Well, I guess think about how far Chile is south. They're pretty.
Oh,
Pacific
yeah, you
Ocean.
guys are super far from the equator,
Pretty
huh?
far south.
Yes.
That's crazy. So any time of the year, it's just ice cold?
Yes. And it's getting colder. It's getting colder.
Oh, because
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah,
of global warming and everything?
exactly. So
Yeah.
the thing is, the weather is getting warmer. The ocean is getting colder.
'Cause-
So that temperature difference really sucks.
Oh, I bet. So what do you do for fun then? If you don't like going swimming into the beach, what do you do in your off time?
I have a few hobbies. I mean, one of them it was going to the gym, like weightlifting exercises.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
The other one is playing video games.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I worked on my tolerance, so I don't scream a lot anymore. And studying as well. I use I use some of my spare time to look for some papers and investigations and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Nice. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, it's been absolutely amazing to sit down and talk with you again. I was so glad to get to talk with you again. That was awesome. If you don't have anything else, do you have anything else?
So I guess one last question.
Mhm.
As a kinesiologist, what from everything you've studied, do you have any advice that you would tell like the average human being about what they should do to, apply your industry into their life? Like, do you have any advice for the average person?
Mm-hmm. First of all, it's like taking care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing you have to do is educate yourself. So in that way, people just don't take advantage of you. And as you study and educate yourself, you can go on and question other people. It's like if I go and tell somebody, you have to do this exercise just because it's not working,
Mm-hmm.
you have to question the authority, so to say it. Why is the other guy giving me this exercise? Why is this happening? So question everything, but with the objective of taking care of yourself and spreading that to other people,
So yeah, focus on the why to educate yourself. That's awesome. That's huge.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
We talk about, focusing on the why of why we do stuff all the time. So that's huge. That's awesome advice.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you, man. Without that, I mean, it's been lovely sitting down and talking with you, and we hope you have a lovely rest of your night, man. Thank you.
Thank you. It was really
Thank you, guys. Thank you. So best wishes for you guys.
Thank you for tuning into this edition of the B&M Broadcast. I hope you had a beautiful time.
If you enjoyed, please give it a like and a share and a subscribe, and give us a comment about what you enjoyed and what we should work on. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.